Good stretch, good start. Here we go, Coach Stevenson. Let's go to work. Trust me, you won't put on weight in this camp.
Oh, no, sir.
You know what I'm going to be doing, Doc, in about a year? I'm going to be sitting in a little rest home, making ceramic ashtrays and pot holders, and getting some warm milk.
Pop in the pepper.
And say, what time is Jeopardy on? Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Let's get him today, Jerky.
You know, I got training camp arm. It's okay. Feel good, though. He's like, do you have any body pains or body aches or something like that? I'm like, dude, it's training camp. What do you think?
Reuniting. Say hey.
That's it.
Say hey.
That's it, that's it, that's it, that's it, Richard. Let him run! I don't want to say it again. Let the guy run. The pads will be on soon enough.
Don't get me on the warpath, boys. It ain't pretty. There you go. Oh, honey, you're going to be tired of me. Oh, you're going to be tired of me.
Ah, dang it. Stung by a bee. Dang it. Left hand, we're good. I just got stung by a bee. What do I do? Do you pee on it or something?
Stung by a bee.
Is that a jellyfish?
You want to buck on this? What do you say?
You gonna make it?
Okay, you got it. Oh, Woodrow, you're going to have to pay me. You're going to have to pay me. Huh? I want to buy tonight. We're 10% a day around here. In Jersey, where I come from, that's called the juice.
Here we go.
Take!
Good job, Bo. Good job, Bo.
I told Doug, I said, boy, I got me a good mile run in today. He said, how far was it?
You're starting to get a little battle hardened here, because I'm beating the out of you every day, and you're getting used to it, and that's going to serve you well.
I want to know, when do we compete? That's all I care about.
You're going to go 5 minutes of releases, huh? Okay. All right. Thanks. Let's get that.
Good practice, Dave. Super Bowl, right? 1, 2, 3, Super Bowl!
It's a new day and a new season. Hopes are high. Everybody's undefeated. Everybody has a chance at winning the Super Bowl. We're in 2005, year 2 of the Oakland Raiders franchise at ESPN 2K5. Welcome back, everyone. Excited for this one. So let's go right into it and just recap a few things. All of our rookies are signed. Chris Caney, Derek Anderson, Matt Jones, a first-round pick, Marion Barber, and Lofa Tatupu. That did mean we needed to save a little bit of money, so with the linebacker room getting a little crowded, I didn't record this, but we sent Danny Green to Tampa Bay. We made a deal. We sell our differences with John Gruden and made a deal, so we got their 3rd-round pick now, and they get Danny Green, or Danny Clark, and why was I saying Danny Green? Oh, Danny Green, the guard from the Spurs. For some reason I was thinking him. But no, Danny Clark to Tampa Bay for a 3rd-round pick. So, that's not done yet. We have to do a few more moves I want to make here. I was looking around, and let's take a look. So here is how our rooms are looking so far. Quarterback room, I'm totally okay with that. Running back room, totally okay with this. Heath Evans at fullback. We'll also do a lot of packages in with tight end as well. What is his catch? His catch is not great, but blocking's good and speed's good. So yeah, we're gonna have a couple fullback packages for him. Wide receiver room looks like this. Jerry Porter, Matt Jones, Pinkston. I think Pinkston will be our 2nd receiver with Matt Jones as our 3rd until we see what if Matt Jones can really establish himself. Hopefully he can. And then just basically these guys are special teams at this point. Tight end looks like this. Didn't do anything really with tight end. Not thrilling. Doug Jolly. He's probably going to drop like 1 billion balls again. So that's why hopefully Heath Evans can help out. But looking at that catch, it's not much. Not great. But here's our center room. We're going to lose money if we cut some of these guys. So they're just going to stick around for now. And here's the guard position. So I think we will be moving on from this. Might be a little bit of a surprise because his rating is still pretty strong. But Ron Stone, I think we're going to cut. And if we look over, this is his run block and his pass block. His run block is not much of an upgrade over everyone else, and his pass block is severely lower than everybody else. Not, well, you know, 83 or 78, but I think this is his 13th year. There's only 2 years left in the contract. There's no way we're going to re-sign him, and he might even just retire after this year. So I think it's just time to get ahead and cut him now. So we are going to go ahead, cut ties with Armstead. So now here is our guard room. Definitely getting on the older side for sure, but this should work for this year. Tackle, Robert Gallery, looking for him to do a big, you know, leap in development. Hopefully he can now become our left tackle for the future. So here's D-tackle, you know, the two oldies, Ted and Warren Sapp. So we're going to look to add another guy. That's why we freed up some cap. We'll get to that in a second. And now we're at D-end, and our boy Perella, I think he is going to be a cut candidate for this year. I want to get younger here, and I thought we definitely did that, especially with Adam Canty and Carlos Hall. So Perella, hallelujah. And that's that. So Perella is now out. We're almost at $3 million in the cap. Outside linebacker room looks like this. Jessie Armstead can help us out for the short term. Graydon can still develop. Happy with that. And here is our interior linebackers. Inside, Loftus Tupu, Napoleon, and James Ferrier. And then corner room small. We did cut ties with Denard Walker as well to save some caps, but I'm going to look to add somebody here as well. And then here is our strong safety, Derek Gibson. Free safety is only Brady Buchanan. We're going to add somebody there as well for some depth. And then Sebastian and Leclerc is back at our kicker and punter. So Matthias Askew, 59. That's a funny last name. He's at 6'6", 292. And I mean, nothing stellar, but this is a good depth piece right behind Sapp and Ted Washington, 80 tackles. So we'll definitely be adding him. So we're going to bring him on a 2-year deal, no bonus, so we can cut ties with no penalty whenever we want, and he likes the sound of that. Then we got Chris Watson, 67 overall, or 61 overall actually. But, you know, depth piece we need. And going to contribute on special teams. We'll also give him the same contract, and he likes the sound of that. And then Curtis Fuller at free safety, 66 overall. We're going to give him a short-term contract, and he accepts that as well. So I think this is what we're looking at now for our roster heading into the season. Obviously not a ton of cap room to play with, but, you know, I think we shouldn't be in a horrible spot. I think we have enough depth everywhere, so even if there's a few injuries here and there, it won't necessarily be the end of the world. But there's your 2005 Oakland Raiders heading in to the preseason. So before we get into preseason here, I think we want to check out real quick what our division rivals did over the offseason. Here's what the Chargers looked like. They had the #1 overall pick. They're still going to have Phillip Rivers. He'll be their guy there. Danian renegotiated a contract, so he's going to be sticking around for quite a little more, you know, 4 more years longer at least. Fullback still got Lorenzo Neal. Wide receiver, they went Derek Mason in free agency, and Braylon Edwards was their #1 overall pick. So Braylon, we'll have to deal with him. That might be a headache. Tight end, Antonio Gates still hasn't really developed just quite yet. Maybe he will. Upcoming. Offensive line still. Offensive line's not the strongest. Rookie Michael Russo doesn't look too bad for them. But here's what's interesting is their defensive ends. They went spend crazy on Okafor and Ugunlele. So we're going to have to deal with them. Hopefully Robert Gallery's going to have his work cut out. Linebacker Derek Johnson, since they had 2 first-round picks thanks to the Eli Manning trade in 2004. They went with Braylon Edwards and then Derek Johnson later. And look at him. He could be a problem. That's for sure. We already know well enough about him in real life, so for the Raiders, but that is the rest of the roster. Corner, we can still beat him with the pass. Doesn't look like the cornerback room or even the defensive backs in general really upgraded too much, but that is the San Diego Chargers heading into 2005. And then here is the Chiefs, the defending Super Bowl champion Chiefs. I know we're all sick of hearing that, and they still did it even in this video game, so that's not fun. But Priest Holmes, still at running back, still going to be a headache. That guy is just running crazy all over us all the time. They upgraded a little bit at wide receiver, went with Troy Brown, and they're still going to have Hall and Tony Gonzalez. Oh, and tight end still. Yeah, this is still going to be the team to beat. That's always going to be for sure. Strong offensive line. Went with Jay Ratliff in the draft later. Jared Allen 48 overall in this game. Oof. So he hasn't still developed just yet. What's his name? Arkel Trulick? Huh. That's a cool name. Scott Vegeta, outside linebacker. Yeah. This is still going to be a problem, this team. Still good defensive backs. Jerome Wood's still doing well. We just got to force him into field goal range because look at Todd France at 56 overall. That's not going to do it for them. But then let's head over to Broncos. I almost really didn't remember how the other team was. Jake Plummer is going to be the quarterback still in Denver. We went Eric Shelton in the second round. Holy crap. Eric Shelton 86. Alright, interesting. So this game does value running backs really heavily. So I try my best to keep the ratings are all from Madden 05. But obviously when it translates to this game, it values them a lot higher. So obviously his 86 overall, he's probably only like in Madden, I don't know, 77, just guessing. But that's okay. It's alright. Receiver, not much there outside of Rod Smith and Lele. Tight end's a problem for them, but they still have a strong offensive line. Let's see what their defensive side looks here. Oh, Marcus Spears, that was the first round pick, okay. Yeah, that's going to be an issue. Got pretty much everyone in the division upgraded big time at the pass rush, defensive line particularly. So it still ain't going to be easy. This is going to be a tough division, but I'm excited for the challenge. So let's get into preseason now. So here's what we're looking like for preseason schedule. We only get one home game, and we have to play division rival. That always sucks that the game didn't generate that, but what are you gonna do? We're not gonna go, not gonna play every game, I guess. Well, I kind of will play every game, and then we'll just splice up some highlights and stuff, and just see what looked good and who's standing out, all that fun stuff. So here's what we're looking at for depth chart. Going into preseason, Kitna is going to be our starter with Tuisosopo as the second string and Derek Anderson. This is all just leading in. Nothing's going to look like this week one, but let's see who steps up, see who's going to answer the bell and wants to really be a part of this team. Dixon's going to be second string, second receiver behind in front of Matt Jones. Looks like this. Gallery at left tackle. Collins going to go into left guard. Robinson at center. Middleton will have handle duties at right guard. There's right tackles. This is what defense will look like. We're going to have Hall as a starter. Of course, Savin Washington. I guess Candy will have starting duties day one, but obviously we're going to have to see who steps up. Side linebackers look like this. Side linebacker here to 2.3 string. Armstead's going to have the left outside linebacker. Corner's going to be manned by Woodson with Osmo Buchanan right behind him. Gibson's short. Buchanan Fuller. And then I don't think we had it last year, but punt return duties are going to go to Woodson. I think last year we had Francis at punt return. We might as well see what Woodson can do. We paid you that money, now let's get some good return out of it. And then kick return looks like this with Francis and Fuller. So Titans are up first in the preseason. We're not going to show everything, just a couple highlights of here and there, low lights, all that stuff. And because here's the first play of the game. Jon Kitna goes down. No idea where our guards were going on that one, or our center, but yeah, Hainsworth gobbles him up. That sets the tone really for the first string O in defense. But Matt Jones gets his first pick, our first round pick. Gets his first catch. Contested catch over the middle too. That was really nice. Held onto it even as he was getting hit. But yeah, defense didn't look any better than our first string offense. Charles Woodson tries to pick it off. Doesn't get it. Titans get a huge play down the sideline. And then a couple plays later, Aaron McNair, corner of the end zone, touchdown. They just made it look so easy against our defense. That was discouraging. And as you can see, our offense didn't really get it going at all for the first string. Another incompletion. They're trying to hit the quick game against the Titans, but their linebackers are just too athletic. We do get a pick. It is off Billy Volek in the second string O, but hey, we'll take it. Kept our first string offense in because I want to see a score on a short field at least. get some momentum, but still wasn't happening. I probably should have just given up on the quick game. I'll take the play calling fault on that. But we did get a nice little scamper out of Zaraway. This is with our second string, but hey, we'll take some sort of positive after a slow start with our offense. Because from there on out, our offense finally started getting going. This is the second team, so Tua Sasupu hits Matt Jones on the out route, who gets a nice power to get down the sideline, get some more yards. And then Johnny Morant gets a TD. He had a nice day, as we'll see in just a sec, as he gets another TD. So 2 TDs for Johnny Morant. So corner the end zone from Tua Sasupu. Very nice. So yeah, second string offense looked a lot better than what we looked at in the first string. Because here's Marion Barber, our first look at him. Check this out. Boom! Just disarms him. Nasty stiff arm. We got to work on the dance moves. I don't know about that, but gotta love that stiff arm. That's the power running we signed up for. But here's our first look at Derek Anderson. This is his first pass of the day. Comes in the fourth quarter, late in the fourth quarter. Airs it out down to Carlos Francis. This beautiful pass. So down 4. Late in the fourth, Derek Anderson gets him moving down the field. And check this out throw. Oof! Out he's run the ball. Gets a strong throw to the outside numbers. A couple plays later, Justin Fargas scores. And it's 31-28 as your final score. Oakland Raiders get a victory. So yeah, the first string, a little discouraging. We did have the Ravens up next though, which our first string looked so much better. Unfortunately, I did record it, but the file got corrupted for some reason, so I don't have any of the footage. It's gone, but our defense looks so much better. We did get our first look at Aaron Rodgers. He got drafted by the Ravens 7th overall, so we did get our first look at him, and we made him look like a rookie, that's for sure. We blitzed a lot. We were able to sack him and get to him a ton. But the biggest positive really came from our run game. Because check this out. Marion Barber, so 190 yards he has so far in the preseason. 150 of those came against the Ravens. He went wild. 6.8 yards a carry. So 2 TDs came out of that Baltimore game as well. I'm upset I didn't get to show that. But yeah, he had a big day. And it's safe to say we're going to definitely be starting him in the next preseason game. There's Travion Smith, who went crazy too with 4 sacks. Because we just blitzed a ton. I just adjusted a bit. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna just blitz a lot and see what happens. And that definitely worked against the Ravens. But we're on to our 4th preseason game against the Chargers. That's kind of our dress rehearsal game. Because I want to come back real quick and check out what Kitna's been looking like. And as we can see, 19.4 QB rating. Yeah, it's not great, but he's only been given a few drives a game. So, like I said, this will be our dress rehearsal game against the Chargers. So we'll probably be doing the starters for like the first half. I might bench like guys like Sapp and Woodson a little earlier. We'll get our 4th game going against the Chargers. Qualcomm Stadium. We'll be back here at least one more time this season, that's for sure. As I think our first team defense finally, they looked a lot better this game, as we're going to see here in just a sec. Jessie Armstead, the newly acquired free agent over the offseason, gets himself a sack on Phillip Rivers in the first drive. We're going to see his career stats. He's getting close to 1,000 tackles. Hopefully we can get him that this year. Let's say 957, 41. So let's get him 1,000 tackles and 50 sacks. That's our goal. That's what will be our goal with Jessie Armstead. Matt Jones dropping the ball. That's going to be some growing pains. Derek Johnson, one of the Chargers' first-round picks. He gets himself a sack. That guy is certainly going to be a headache. But here's a little chuck and pray from Kitna to Pinkston. Pinkston goes up and gets it. So there's a little bit of connection, a little bit of mojo going. We finally looked a lot stronger, the offense, on the end of the first half, that's for sure. You see the numbers, how the day was going so far. Not pretty, and what's also not pretty is this. There they are. Ogunle getting his sack. I told you. Him and Okafor and Johnson, that's going to be a problem. Don't like the side of that. 8.5 sacks last year. 68 tackles. Going to be a headache, so we got to make sure Robert Gallery is ready for the challenge. Another big headache is this guy. Braylon Edwards. That was their first overall pick. Got them a weapon for Phillip Rivers. So we're going to have our hands full with the Chargers, I think. That's for sure. They're going to be a lot different than they were last year. But they haven't seen this guy, Marion Barber. Oh, he had a heck of a preseason. He had a good day in this one. Like we said with the Ravens last week, 150 yards, and he also chugged along in this game. I think it's getting close that he has won the full starting position. Look at him getting off the edge. We did not have this kind of breakaway speed last year, that's for sure. We really didn't have any speed, honestly. We were dead last in the run game, so this has been a big, could be a huge addition for us offensively, that's for sure. But there's Okafor now. So Okafor gets a sack, Ogunlele gets a sack, and Derek Johnson gets himself a sack. And we're already seeing that in just the preseason, so we're gonna have to. It's like, but the thing is, this is like a practice against them. Now we know. Okay, we're gonna have to adjust that going into the regular season. But Lofa Tutupu, look at him blowing up that play. That was he had a good preseason as well. Napoleon Harris is hurt. Okay, so he's actually going to miss the first regular game this season. So Lofa's going to start next to James Ferrier. He might stay there, but who's also, check this out. 6'6" Matt Jones, the first round pick. You're going to see later, towards the end of this preseason, he really starts to get it going. Just a little teaser for the haters out there on Matt Jones. And then another good connection here is Kitna to Pigston back in the end zone. Pigston again gets up and gets it, so that's great to see. Another free agent signing. The guys are loving it. They're loving their new teammates. So now we got Derek Anderson in. He was actually second string. Check this throw out. Oh, staying in the pocket. Hits Matt Jones. We got the second strings in, but I kept Matt Jones in because I want to see him some more at receiver. But let's check this out again one more time, because check this out. 6'6" Derek Anderson taking a hit as he's throwing it, but still delivers a good ball to Matt Jones. Here's another one. Maneuvers the pocket, slings it down the middle of the field, and hits Gabriel for a big play. Derek Anderson really certainly impressed. And he only got better as the preseason went on. We'll see in the last game as well. So down near the goal line, rolling out to his right, and he's drifting away like a fadeaway and hits Matt Jones. Look at Matt Jones go, baby. A good connection. Derek Anderson and Matt Jones certainly had a good relationship in this preseason. It's almost like look at that. Allen Iverson fadeaway right there. Perfect catch. That's that size right there to pull it down. Here's a little outlet. Johnny Morant had also a really strong preseason. Just want to show that off a little more. I think what we're gonna try and do also is do quicker like out routes like this. You see, get the ball into our guys' hands quicker. I try and do slants, but sometimes that gets really muddled up in the linebacker. So maybe more quick outs could work more to our advantage. Here's Derek Anderson again hitting a beautiful pass to Johnny Morant. Johnny Morant led the preseason with, I want to say, about 6 or 8 touchdowns, something like that. We'll look at the stats at the end, but he had a great preseason receiving. Do lose the game to the Chargers, 21-24. Look at them! Look at that little cheer. The preseason game. These guys acting like they've just won the damn regular season. Now, look at that! Look at them selling. All right, we'll remember that. Don't worry, we'll remember that. But there's your game against the Chargers. That's a loss, but I was happy to see at least a lot more improvement. Our first string D and our second string O is still looking really good. But now we're on to our final game against Carolina. I didn't start any of our starters necessarily. This is our second string. I did want to see Marion Barber some more, and then look at this. Look at this guy go. Little juke move too. And he hits a huge gain. Kind of right there was like my final, like, okay, yeah, Marion Barber, he's our bell cow guy. Really not good. Yeah, look, North Turner's loving it. He knows what he's got now. This is what we were missing big time. This could really open up the passing game too. Last year we had to put a lot of stress on the passing game just because of the running game never working. So this could really make a huge difference this year. I'm excited. Oh, I want to show this off too. So we got 51-yarder. I kept struggling with every kick last year, but Janikowski 51. Look at the boot on that. Yes. Would love to start hitting more of those because obviously Janikowski has the leg for it. That's all really more on just me. Yeah, they painted for a preseason game. We got to respect that. That's the Raider fan difference right there. But yeah, Janikowski certainly has the leg to hit those kind of kicks. So want to make sure, just that's more on me making sure we can hit those. So trying to work on that. Another sack. We're doing a lot of exotic blitzes I've added. I think I mentioned earlier a lot of exotic blitzes. John Fox doesn't even know what to do with that. Here's Derek. Here's the quick out that I was talking about earlier. Matt Jones gets a nice little, you know, catch and run. I'm gonna emphasize a lot of yak, I believe, kind of like the John Madden yak, all about yak. So we're gonna make sure we emphasize that a little more. That opens up a couple big plays. Johnny Morant again coming down with the big pass. He was all over in preseason. Oh, rolling out to his left. Look at the throw and the run, and then Matt Jones coming down with it. Unbelievable. I love how this game does the, let's check it out again. I love how the game does, like, animations on, like, the rollout here. Look at that, like, motion. And, like, he's, like, just gets enough on it. Starts to die a little bit, but Matt Jones comes down with it. Love that. Absolutely love that. So finish up the first half, Derek Anderson to his boy, Matt Jones. And then look at him. Shush the haters. Keep it up, though. It's only preseason, but let's keep this going, Matt Jones. Shush the haters is right. He's got his jersey. He's got his Matt Jones jersey. He was first in line at Modell's. He's ready to go. I've seen enough with Derek Anderson, Matt Jones, all of them, so we went with Vargas in the backfield and Tua Sissoko at quarterback. But Vargas, look at him getting a good scamper. He was saying, you know what? I know Barber's looking well, but I was still the guy here. So we'll definitely be mixing up. I don't want to kill Marion Barber. We'll definitely be switching around in certain, you know, subbing in Vargas and Zaraway. And then here's Zaraway. Watch this. Boom! He tried to get a juke move on him and just gets. Look how embarrassed he is. He's like, yeah. He's trying to act like nobody saw that. He was hoping nobody saw that. He tried to get a juke and just gets shouldered down. But there's Tua Sissoko to Moran again. Moran all over. Good for him. I mean, it's gonna be definitely Porter, Pinkston, and Matt Jones as our top three, but I wouldn't be surprised if we see more towards the end of the season that it's just going to be Porter, Matt Jones, and then Morant. There's Vargas. Another nice touchdown there. Good moves by him. And then Zaraway also making, like I said, look at the little like trio backfield we got here. Zaraway laying out for a touchdown. I mean, this is against the second and third string for these guys, but can't argue when they're looking this good. So towards the end, we're just kind of blowing out the backups here, but Tatupu gets himself a pick. Look at that. Nice little snag there. $38-14. That will do it for the preseason. We'll go over the stats, and then we'll look at the schedule coming up, and we'll wrap it up. But everyone, yeah, get some rest, guys. The real test is coming now. So here is your final tally for the preseason. Derek Anderson leading the way, 138 QB rating. Had a heck of a preseason. Did go up against all the backups. Didn't have him with the starters because we're still going to go roll with Kitna to start the season. I'm confident we'll get more out of him than what we saw. I was kind of really using this preseason too to just kind of play around with play calls and stuff. I think I finally started to find some things. Our run game was going, and maybe more like quick outs and stuff like that we saw. Be happy to use that, and I think Kitna will be fine with that. And here's our running, Marion Barber. Certainly found a running back with him. 6.8 yards a carry. We'll definitely have him as our bell cow running back, mixing with a little bit of Zaraway and Vargas, but Marion Barber's certainly going to carry the torch for us. Here's our receivers, Morant and Matt Jones found a good connection with Derek Anderson. Nice to see Matt Jones. He did struggle a little bit with drops early. 4 drops is quite a lot, but that's a strong preseason for a guy who's playing quarterback at college. Here is defensively, Tatupu racked up a ton of tackles, 17, 16 for Travion with 5 sacks. He came off the edge. I think he had 4 sacks against, I think it was in the Ravens game. But yeah, we got a lot more sacks, a lot more tackles. I didn't go crazy switching up the sliders, but I just adjusted a little bit. I'm liking what I'm seeing a lot more with the sim. You know, kind of just tackles in general. A lot of times we were just ending up with like 2 tackles and stuff. I don't know, just didn't look right to me, but that was nice to see. And Janikowski hitting 80%, 51-yarder. Not much else to go over there. Let's go ahead and get into what the regular season roster is going to look like. So here is what our depth charts are going to look like. QB room with Kitna starting, 79, Anderson, into Super 3rd string. If you don't know, after the preseason, the ratings now develop. So I think Barber was a 79, but we're in week 1 now, so Barber's at an 84. That's a nice development there. Keith Evans at fullback. So Portis to a 90, Matt Jones to an 83. Pinkston regressed a little bit. Still have him as our second receiver to start the season, though. Not too worried. Morant got up to a 66. I think he was at like a 60 going into the season. There's our boring tight end room. Gallery did progress a little bit. He's at an 83. That's what we're going to absolutely need if we want to go anywhere with this team, is for our offensive line to progress, especially Gallery. Especially after what we saw with that Chargers pass rush. And here's the interior line. Grove progressed pretty well. That was good to see. Still not passing Robbins, though. That 74 run block and pass block's not going to cut it just yet, but good to see his overall getting up to an 80. There's your right guard and right tackles there. Checking out the defense. Canty getting up to a 78. That's awesome to see. So he's definitely cemented himself with Hall at the DN. Sapp still 94, which is good, but wow, Washington's progressing big time. Askew, our boy Askew that we recently signed, he developed pretty well. 62, he was a 59 when we brought him in. It's like what we saw there. It's like at the end. Here's the outside linebacker. Jesse Armstead regressed a little bit. That wasn't. I don't like to see that. Not one bit, but we'll still. I think we'll still get enough out of him. Let's get that 1,000 tackle season out of him. Tutupu progressing really nicely. 81. Him and Ferrier could be really stud linebacker in our 3-4 inside linebackers, that's for sure. Not what you want to see, though, is Charles Woodson regressing down to an 84. That was not cool at all. 91 when we re-signed him to the big contract. Now we got him down to an 84. That is not good, and his speed, I think, has gone down. Yeah, 87. Ugh. That didn't see that one coming, so hopefully that won't be too much of an issue. And Buchanan regressing big time, almost Fuller at this point. Can be starting. At least the speed's a lot higher. But yeah, a couple guys regressing, a couple guys progressing. That's just the way it goes. Obviously, your younger guys are going to progress better. Didn't edit this kick return. I don't want this arrow way back there. So that's what we're looking like for the depth chart. And here is your 2005 Oakland Raiders schedule. Starting off on the road with Cleveland Browns. Interesting. They have a strong team. If you didn't see, they got Cadillac Williams at running back. Here's the one, though, I'm really excited for. Is week 2 at Kansas City, which is, if you could tell by the if you could tell by the date change, that's a Monday night game. So we got Monday night in Arrowhead, and finally get a home opener against the New York Giants. Here's what the rest looks like. End the season off with the Colts. At Philly's pretty big, but yeah, that early. This is what I'm really excited for, is the Chiefs. Obviously, excited for the Browns, but that Chiefs game Monday night, that's going to be huge. That's going to be really telling of where we're at, if we can compete big time in this division. But that's going to do it for the preseason. We're done playing little boy games. We're ready for the regular season. Next time, it's going to be at Cleveland, week 1. Take care, everybody.